Hey, beautiful. Welcome to the Not Another Mom podcast. It's time to take that mom hat off because this is after hours and I'm making you off the clock. This podcast is here to help you know your worth because damn girl, you're a goddess who deserves to live the life of your dreams. I'm your host, Lesley Sprague, and we talk everything from manifesting to motherhood. Yes, those little monkeys will still creep in here or there. Spirituality to girl talk with your besties, and from business to finding that balance in life. I'm here to remind you that you are worth it. Life gets to be easy for you, and your dreams really can come true. So grab your favorite glass of wine, craft beer, or if you're a whiskey and diet kind of girl, grab that and let's get this show on the road. Hey, beauties, and welcome back to the Not Just Another Mom podcast. I am your host, Lesley, and as always, I am so grateful to have you here this week. Okay, guys, I'm gonna get kind of serious on the podcast today because one of the things that we talk about a lot on this podcast is being an energetic match for your desires and your manifestations and being high vibe. But one of the things that we don't talk about as often is that awkward phase in between. And, sometimes this journey isn't all sunshine and rainbows. And I want you to know, and I'm feeling called to share this with you because I know that there's somebody out there going through this exact same thing. And I have been here too, you guys. It does not feel nice. I've actually recently just gone through this same exact sort of scenario, and it almost for me, this dark part in my journey kind of felt like a paralysis. And I feel like there is this thick fog just hovering over me right now. And I recently, this morning, actually just had a call with my coach, and she was called to pull out some cards for me. And you guys, these cards, I am feeling so called to share these with you too, because you need to hear about these moments on your journey and these periods of darkness. When you have these moments of paralysis and not knowing what to do, keep focused. Sometimes your action steps, like your quote unquote steps forward in your business and towards your dreams, are going to feel like millimeters at a time. And other times you're going to take those giant leaps. But I want you to, this card that I am showing, and for those of you listening on the podcast, I want to, it's kind of got this dark temple sort of feel, and there is an opening at the other end where the brightness and it's almost like the light at the end of the tunnel. And this card is called the Initiation. It is a rite of passage, and it is crossing the threshold. So I'm just going to hold it up for those of you that can see. I am working on uploading the podcast, I'm in the very beginning stages, but I'm going to be bringing the podcast to YouTube so that when I do these calls or these cards like this, you guys will actually be able to see them. So anyway, that's why I'm recording it this way. But I want to read the message from the guidebook for this card because it resonates so much, and we don't realize that sometimes the darkness is needed. It's sort of like that yin and yang symbol. The dark complements the good, and we forget that these moments are important on our journey too. So, here's what the card says. Some of the most sacred initiation chambers and temples look scary from the outside, but are breathtakingly beautiful on the inside. This represents the journey that the soul pilgrim is required to take to reach somewhere sacred. But only the initiated can enter. Perhaps that's where you are right now. You are being tested, initiated, because you are headed somewhere sacred. Initiations require that we cross the threshold from one world or state of being to the next. We are called to face what scares us and have to be willing to lose it all in order to gain a new way of being, of safety, of security, of depth, of meaning. Initiations, like rites of passage, mark the shift from one age to the next and can take place because of emotional turmoil, great loss, grief, or devastation. But it is through this seeming hardship that our heart cracks open and our spirit is invested to step forward. We take this sacred voyage into more of who we are and who we become, or who we came here to be. It can be painful and scary, but once we begin the journey, we can be more ourselves than ever before. If you are in the middle of an initiation right now, you will get through it. And one day soon, you will bless the thing that broke you down and cracked you open because the world needs you open. And you are going somewhere sacred. It will be worth it. And you're closer than you think. So, guys, like, remember the journey is where we are going. As long as you are staying focused on what you want and where you're going, it's okay. And know that it is going to unfold for you exactly how you want it to. These awkward moments in between going from one level to the next, and those awkward moments where you're not who you used to be, but you're not where you want to be yet either. These are the moments that make you stronger. They bring you into where you want to go and who you need to become at that next level. So, just a reminder to be grateful for these moments. Be grateful for everything about your day. And sometimes, for me, possibly in these moments of paralysis, it's an opportunity to learn deeper. So always look for the beauty in whatever's going on. Even if you can't see it, know that there is beauty there. You will learn something from this to bring you greater joy. The other card I want to talk about is the ever unfolding rose. These cards are absolutely gorgeous, you guys. And it is about being cracked open. It is not happening for you. No, sorry. It is happening to you, for you, not to you. So remember that in the greater scope, things are happening for you. You're having this moment of paralysis to open up the vibration. Think of it like a new upload. When you update your phone, when you update your computer, it has to take this moment to restart and resync. So maybe these moments are here to restart your energetic frequency and bring you up to where you need to be. That is the beauty of this journey. Okay. I'm also going to read the Ever Unfolding Rose because this one was like insane as well. The challenge of life is to keep your heart open when you most want to close it. So staying focused, being open, to let life crack you open, to open through hurt and loss, to allow what is falling to fall away. Being human is a courageous act. A life well lived is full of losses and tragedies as much as its triumphs and adventures. Wherever you find yourself at the moment, life is coaxing you to keep your heart open, no matter how much it hurts, to continually unfold, to let life crack you open. Perhaps you're going through a difficult time right now. Instead of cursing the difficulty, see it as a blessing. To open yourself up to the truth that perhaps, as hard as it may be, life is happening for you and not to you. And one day, in the not too distant future, you may just bless the thing that broke you down and cracked you open because the world needs you open. Now is the time to gently treat yourself like a tender, sweet baby. To wrap yourself in a blanket and trust that the mother has you cradled in her arms. The seas may not be smooth sailing, but you are safe and you are held. One day, not too far from today, you will look back at the transformation and be blown away by the poetry of life. Everything is going to be okay. So, this podcast episode is dedicated to those that needed to hear that today. Because I know there is someone out there that needed to hear it. So thank you so much for tuning in today, you guys. I can't wait to chat with you again next week. Bye. Thank you so much for listening. If you loved this episode, will you do me a favor and help spread the love? Go ahead and leave a 5-star review and share this episode on your Insta stories. If we aren't yet connected on Instagram, come follow me at Lesley & Co XO. And since everybody spells my name wrong, that's Lesley & Co XO. And leave me a line and say hi. Have an amazing day, beautiful, and we'll catch you next week.